Hi, this is Luke Ferris from Gordon Food Service, and welcome to the Behind the Table Conversations, where we talk to innovative, inspirational, and unique professionals in the culinary industry. Today, I'm talking to Shawn Fearon, owner and chef of the Kingston Kitchen, which has two locations in Okemos, Michigan, and on the historic Mackinac Island. What have been some of the challenges you've had in the past 6 months with the pandemic? And then what are some of the good things that have come out of the pandemic, if there's any good things?
Coming into this season, I didn't expect to do as good of a business that I've done so far. So that's one great thing on the pandemic side of it was that. And the bad side is that it's been the most challenging time for me where staffing is concerned. It was considerably bad in terms of hiring. Lack of staff was a huge killer this summer, huge, more than any other year.
I know your history with the island goes back a while. Can you share a little bit about your history with Mackinac Island and how you came there and why you've stayed there?
I came from Jamaica on a work program 20 years ago. I came straight to Mackinac.
Wow.
I didn't know anything about Michigan, didn't have a clue where I was going. So I came here for the summer and I would work for the summer and go back to Jamaica. My cooking is good, and then I start to believe in myself more and more, and people start to put the bug in my ear, maybe you should open a restaurant. And and as time go by, I'm listening, I'm thinking, I'm listening, I'm thinking. Next thing I know, I'm opening a restaurant in Okemos. Honestly, I have no idea what happened, but all I remember, I'm having opening day. The place is full. People are waiting almost 2 hours for their food. I'm cooking nonstop. It was a challenge. Next thing I know, boom, I'm on the island opening a restaurant. I'm like, holy crap.
Wow. Did you ever think after the 20 years or so from when you first
Never, Luke,
that you come back to your
not in
restaurant?
a million years, Luke, I would ever thought for coming to America on a work program and my first exposure to America, Mackinac Island, Luke, I would have never thought, Luke, you couldn't pay me enough money to think that I would eventually come back to owning a restaurant on Mackinac Island.
Jamaica and Mackinac Island are over 2,000 miles away. Do you think there's similarities with the island culture between the two? Obviously, the weather's different, but they're both.
The weather is different. From where I sit, islanders, very friendly. Once they get to know you, you become like one. It's one big family. You kind of have that back home in Jamaica. So the behavior, the cultural behavior is very similar. Here you eat a lot. The islands is for eating and drinking. Hey, you come to Jamaica, you eat and drink. It's just that you get to lay in the sun.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're laying in the sun. You're not doing that all the time in that.
Right. Right.
For Jamaican cuisine, do you see it as more about the ingredients or the philosophy behind the cuisine?
So I would say it's a mixture. In Jamaica, we have one pepper, and it's called Scotch bonnet pepper. You really can't substitute Scotch bonnet and use habanero. It's not going to be the same heat. It's not going to give it the same flavor content. So you do have the ingredient aspect of it. And the philosophy part of it, the method of how you do stuff in Jamaica, of how we go about cooking, has also to take in consideration. So it's a two-sided. It's not just one, because you can't do real Jamaican cooking without getting Jamaican ingredients.
It's interesting how looking at your menu, you've brought that Jamaican cuisine and combined it with where you're at. You're in Mackinac, you're on the lake. Even looking at your menu, you still have the whitefish and ingredients that are more local or more used to a northern climate. Why do you think it's important to have that mix of, obviously it's a Jamaican cuisine forward restaurant, but it also sources from different local foods and dishes?
So for me, I've always enjoyed fusing food together. I'm a big, I'm a big believer, and I think, and I was told early in my career, like I'm good at blending stuff together. To be a Jamaican restaurant in northern Michigan, from a financial point of view, if I want to survive, I have to be able to get northern Michiganders and Midwesterners to come in and eat. Luke, you're a Michigan guy, so it means you're a steak and potato guy. You're not going to want to come in and eat fiery jerk chicken every day, Luke. So if I don't offer food that they know and tease them with a little bit of Jamaican flavor, then look, I'm going to put myself out of business. So that's why there is so much fusion going on the menu. There's a section of the menu that is straight up Jamaican. So a guy like you, Luke, will come in and say, yeah, I want to try something real Jamaican. Oh, there you go. But for example, if you want to come in and you want to have your chicken Alfredo, I got chicken Alfredo. I just tease it up with a little bit of a jerk. So it has a little bit of a fling to it. You're like, ooh, chicken, is it spicy? And I'm like, no. If you eat buffalo chicken, if you can eat buffalo mile, you can eat the entire menu.
Have you seen in your career taste changing, people's demand for different flavors change? Because I look at something like oxtail on your menu. That's a dish maybe 20 years ago was never at any restaurants, but now you're seeing.
How about 5 years ago?
But now it's more in the conversation. So have you seen a trend in how people's tastes have changed?
Yes. So coming up here, Luke, one of the thing I've realized, right, that gave me confidence that my idea and my concept is going to be successful being this far north in Michigan was I have seen multiple restaurants. I've gone on vacation, trip here and there, and I've seen people try to imitate a little bit of jerk on their menu. I'll go to places and I see they have wings and they're like, try Jamaican jerk wings. And I'll try it and I'm like, are you kidding me? What? Who tell her this is jerk? That's what I'm saying to myself. I've never said it in the restaurant. I'm just rolling in my chair. Social media development of the world now has shrunk the world. So people are closer in food, in culture, people know more. So to introduce something to people like I am trying to do is you just have to baby step them into it. You got to be able to be flexible, but remain to your identity.
Obviously, you started out as a chef. You're a chef by trade, but now you are an operator and an owner. And
I hate that part of my life.
How do you balance and stay motivated when you are obviously have the passion for the cuisine, but also have to run the business? How do you stay motivated every day?
So every day I work every day, like literally work. It's now 10 o'clock, right, Luke? And my bartender just come to work, right? None of my cooks are here yet. So every day I get up, I come to the work. I work as a line cook, clean up my kitchen, set up my kitchen, prep. So that I guess the more I work, it keeps me going. I don't know what it is, Luke, not to put on my chef jacket and just get dressed up and walk in the restaurant and sit down and watch people just work. It's never been in my DNA, and that's not my philosophy. I always think that I have a genuine love for what I do. And being a chef, maybe the gods, this was my calling. So I come in, I always work, I always examine myself, examine my operation. What did I do today that I can do better tomorrow? So for example, like this year, I'm looking already and I'm thinking, what can I do better next season within my identity? I love what I'm doing and I'm always trying to do what I'm doing better, excel. Because if you don't keep examining yourself and keep pushing, you're going to fall to the bottom. So my motivation is always ask myself, hey, for example, here in Mackinac Island, why would people come on Main Street and walk past all these historic restaurants, but come to me? My answer is Man, I'm offering them an atmosphere that they've never seen before. I'm offering them a cuisine. I'm giving them great quality food, not just quantity, but quality. I'm giving them present. So look, everything I do, I put passion in it.